That's it. Now, stop the bleeding. Focus. Good. You succeeded. Mastering your breathing. It will open many doors for you. Now, it won't solve everything, but it will help. You will continue to grow stronger.
Thank you.
The real key with manifestation, when I say manifestation, not just about, oh, I'm trying to manifest this or manifest that, more so from the broad perspective of just the manifestation of any and all experiences that you have. You know, one of the key main factors that's pinpointed by some, but this is me, sharing from my experience and really seeing it, where there's two things together, what I'm saying, that kind of, again, like amplify that continuation of being able to manifest. It's your vibration, and more so though, your feelings. How do you feel? Because how do you feel is your vibration. Affirmations could help. Visualizations could help. All these different things can help. But ultimately, I would say that the affirmations, the visualizations, making sure that this would fuel a certain feeling, for you to feel a certain way, for you to feel abundant, because sometimes the affirmation don't have to be about abundance for it to amplify that feeling of abundance within. In a case of being like, all right, I have $1 million, or you know what I'm saying? It's like that type of shit, it's like, oh man, it feels so good outside. You know what I'm saying? Like that could amplify vibration of inner abundance. Just feeling great to be alive, to breathe, to be in the moment, you feel me? But it's vibration and momentum. So basically vibration, or the energy or the feeling that is actually going on, because the universe is mostly responding. Now, again, you see why, like in the past when I brought up, like, hey, remember that, like basically like how some spiritual sayings and stuff like that has been, like, for lack of a better word, like dumbed down, or not even say dumbed down, but it has been brought into a mundane space and somewhat taken out of context from the perspective of, like, again, like your affirmations or your words or what you speak is more so just your vibration in general. Like our vibration is what's speaking. This mouth is a secondary aspect of what we already do every moment constantly. And that's vibrate. Now is the vibrate. You're constantly vibrating in every moment, and a vibration puts out a sound, in essence, like a word or like an affirmation. So our vibration is more so our affirmation and the feeling. And then again, as I said too, the momentum, meaning like how long can you hold this vibration? Like if you amplify the momentum, and this reminds me of Abraham Hicks with the whole gratitude rampage, going on a rampage of like saying things and, to promote the momentum of you feeling better or getting into a certain feeling. But ultimately, it's the feeling 100%. Or should I say, the feeling counts more than the other aspects that may be promoted over the feeling. It's how you feel. If you feel like shit, but you're saying I am abundant, what the universe hears is you're feeling like shit, because that's the vibration, that's the word. You know what I'm saying? So, and this where you see why some people who promote the energy of like just doing what makes you feel good, it's not so much of a like airy fairy type of energy when you really think about the science of how things manifest in your experience. Now, of course, you do have those moments of facing your shadow, embracing the lower vibrational emotions, yes, but ultimately, like, the key is what can you do to be fully present and to create a certain feeling or vibration that promotes the manifestation of, the life that you enjoy or a life that you love, loving your life, love the life you live and live the life you love. Like, what helps you to generate or manifest that experience, you feel me? So that's why, again, like when people just pay attention to what's going well, you're not being delusional. You are aware of the things that aren't going well, but you're paying attention to what's going well, because paying attention is an investment, like quite literally, like when we talk about investing in assets or liabilities, investing your energy in news that's talking about the same old shit that you've been seeing and hearing about, or investing in the energy of amplifying the momentum of what's going well for you, that's more of an asset. So it's like investing in internal assets, by paying attention to the things that help for you to feel a certain way, which creates a certain vibration or vibrational frequency within, like a radio station. All of these things said before, but just, like just refining it and fine-tuning it, as we talking about tuning into a radio station, because even me making this video creates a vibe of, putting that out there on my YouTube channel and being helpful to others to fine-tune this, and it's amplifying that vibration of this awareness so that it could be solidified, where now more and more we understand, like just right off the bat, like, all right, let me say an affirmation or visualize something that's actually going to shift my feeling, the way I feel, and shift my vibration, and not just be saying affirmations just to be saying it, not visualizing just to visualize, not just writing down things just to write it down. All those things help, but ultimately it is, what you're vibrating, what frequency you're vibrating on, what vibrational radio station you tuned into, but it's ultimately the feeling. And one of the unique things I realized, so when it comes to, feeling abundant, I realized that there was a certain energy within, a certain energy of sabotage, or just a certain energy of, we say sabotage, but it's also an energy that technically is thinking it's protecting you. So it's trying to protect you in certain ways. but but it shows up as sabotaging what we're actually trying to do, or what we're actually, intending to do. But realizing like this vibe that will come up, this sabotaging vibe of like spending funds quickly in a manner that triggers a state of like, oh man, now I'm out of funds. It triggers a feeling of like, not feeling good about money, and being like, dang, like where it's gonna come from now, So I realized the strategy was to, even if I did have some things that I could and that would be a healthy investment in the moment, it's like if it wasn't necessary immediately, I wouldn't spend on it. You know what I'm saying? Like basically just preserving my funds. And I realized the fact that my funds would be prolonged or sitting there for a nice while, that prolonged me being in a certain vibrational state, which, amplified the momentum of me feeling abundant, which amplified the momentum of things manifesting in my favor in a more enjoyable way. So I realized like, all right, whenever that energy comes up, because it could come up as something helpful, like, hey, you needed to buy this, get it right now. You needed to buy that, get it all right now. Just spend all your money on all these things. You need it. You know what I'm saying? Because it could be stuff that, is required. But again, you got to pay attention, because there's a subtle difference between what you do require, but whether you require it immediately. Like a voice could be telling you, oh, you're getting low on toothpaste. Get that toothpaste right now. And you thinking like, well, toothpaste is vital. My mouth, that's hygiene. You know what I'm saying? But you got more than half, like your toothpaste that you have right now is more than half full. So you don't really need to go get it right now immediately. You know what I'm saying? And so, it's like, all right, well then don't go get it right now. Again, like let that, because that's also a momentum, like saving funds, like not spending it as fast and allowing for that energy to kind of sit and it kind of builds up. You feel me? But, just noticing that, I'm like, man, the game is really about how you feel and doing whatever it takes, doing whatever, and when I say whatever it takes, not whatever it takes in a manner that's going to harm you or others, but whatever it takes as far as like, again, like just whatever little tool, whatever imagination type of thing you got to imagine. Fuck if somebody else says delusional, if it works for you. If you're not being completely delusional to the point where you're harming yourself and others, implement it. You feel me? If it aligns for you, implement it. But it's doing whatever to maintain the momentum of a certain feeling or vibration, because the vibration, the feeling leads to a vibration. The vibration is the actual words. So bringing it full circle, and I think about the beginning stages of the growth, where the little law of attraction and the universe always says yes to everything you say. So when you say this affirmation, the universe says yes. Not quite. The universe says yes to your vibration, because that's the first and most important word, what I'm saying, that you're quote unquote speaking, is your vibration. Your vibration is the first thing that speaks. Just like when somebody be like, you walk into a room, before somebody opens their mouth, their vibration speaks. You feel me? So that's what is quote unquote the most important thing when it comes to manifestation, is the feeling, which leads to a vibration, which the vibration is like a word, And that's what the universe is saying yes to. Oh, you feeling great? All right, yes, that's more feeling great. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you feeling bad? More feeling bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the vibe. It's the vibration. That's the word. That's the affirmation first and foremost, you feel? So, just something to remember and to stay in tune with. How's the vibrate? Peace.